Ladies and gentlemen, the Hi-Fi Show. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for being back here on the Hi-Fi Show. Today we are going to see 5 more new videos sent by you guys. And if you want to know how to submit your video, you're going to find all the rules here below in the video description. Please remember to follow them. Not too long. We want them horizontal. It has to be around 5 minutes, more or less. Clearly, if you can do 4K, that's even better. And you can use my WeTransfer service to send me everything, even huge files, no problem. Sooner or later, I'm going to put them all here. Unless you're showing, embarrassing things. I don't know. You never know what could come through there. Okay, as you know, this is a true reaction. I have not seen these videos. I'm about to open them now, starting with number 1. Let's go. Yeah!
Hi everyone, my name is Sami. I'm from Pakistan. I live and work in Saudi Arabia, and let me quickly walk you through my setup. I've got 2 systems. One is a 70's system.
Cool.
And one is an 80's system.
Very cool. Wow.
At the 80's system, at the top we have a Tascam 32 2-track, 15 inches per second recording and playback machine, and very confidently I can tell you, once you've recorded on this machine, sounds better than a turntable.
What?
Amazing.
Of course.
Love it.
What else? Tape.
Below that we have a Tascam 122 Mark III.
Nice.
3-head
Pro
direct
stuff.
drive cassette deck. I do chrome tape recordings and metal tape recordings on this machine. There are 2 noise reduction devices.
Very nice.
The DBX is with the Tascam 32 reel to reel, and the sharp noise reduction is for the Tascam 122 Mark III cassette deck. Below that is the Tascam DA30 Mark II digital audio tape. Not that I'm a digital fan, but it's nice to have a recording machine, and if the source is analog and well recorded, DAT tapes sound good too. Here we have 2 Sony 3-head cassette decks. The one on top has automatic calibration bias system. The one at the bottom is manual. We have a Sony mini disc. Again, not that I'm a digital guy, but when the source is analog, it's nice to have mini discs sounding better than they do. Similarly, when I want a CD, that's a Pioneer CD recorder.
Aha.
And it picks up analog recordings to make CDs. 2 Denon cassette decks, 3-head, headroom extension, blah blah blah. Robust machines. I use pre-recorded cassettes on these decks. At the bottom, Panasonic hi-fi stereo VCR. Not that I watch movies with this, but I record audio on VHS tapes, and it gives me the opportunity to play with a different form of analog tape, and I use that 8 hours long play recording feature, so I have my favorite music playing for hours and hours. Sony PS5 direct drive semi-automatic turntable. It's got a Shure 95 cartridge on it. Sounds lovely. Marantz tuner, Hitachi preamplifier, and you'll be wondering, how does 10 recorders go into a preamp? Well, these 2 guys, Sony, made these audio video selectors. I don't use the video ports, but I do use the audio ones. The one on top has 6 tape loops, the one at the bottom has 4. So that's how I put 10 tape loops, 10 recorders into these 10 tape loops, and they're fed to the preamp.
Wow.
An external professional phono stage preamp for the turntable to sound better. 2 equalizers, they're flat, but they're there just to watch the lights dancing. 3 DBX sound processors analog, nothing is digital here, and this is just to enhance the attack and slamming snare drums when the record is playing. A Sony VHS, hi-fi stereo VHS again, to record audio on VHS tape. A Cambridge audio streamer when I'm in the mood to listen to radio broadcasting channels throughout the world. At the bottom is an Oppo Blu-ray DVD disc player, and this has, I think, one of the best DACs in the world, I'd say. People watch movies, I listen to movies. I don't really care about watching, but the sound that comes from this DVD player is amazing. It has a very good DAC. CDs sometimes sound very good through this. Before we could afford hi-fi, we had this on our shoulder trying to break dance, and it's working. That's the local radio station tuned in. On the 70s side, my father's purchased 1977 PS 4300 direct drive, fully automatic turntable. I've put an Autophone cartridge on it. Sounds fantastic. Akai GX 4000D, 4-track, 7.5 inches per second, reel to reel, fantastic. A DBX noise reduction device, a DBX tape loop device and processor device. It takes 3 decks and 3 processors. 2 Akai 3-head decks, so 1 deck here and 2 deck here, they go into this guy. A Marantz 1060 integrated small amplifier, 30 watts per channel. Very nice amplifier, but I'm using only the preamplifier section because the heart of my machine, which I'll show you in a bit, is driving the whole system. A TAC noise reduction device, a Rotel tuner, a special tuner, a high-end tuner. It has a tape loop and it has Dolby B. So you can record on a cassette deck through this machine radio stations with Dolby B. The 70s and 80s system both goes into this small Yamaha mixer if I want to take a line level out and record to a camera or my phone. A DBX sound processor, a JVC equalizer, a Sony tape loop machine. This takes 3 decks. One is this Technics 2-head deck, but it has DBX noise reduction, so I like using it. And my father's purchased Akai 4000 DB, reel to reel, 4-track, 7.5 inches per second, a special model, rare model, where reel to reels didn't have noise reduction. This guy has noise reduction. Fully refurbished, recapped, professionally serviced. The heart of the machine, an 80s NAD envelope 2200 power amplifier, a 1977 Marantz 250M power amplifier. Klipsch reference premier RP600M bookshelf speakers with Klipsch's signature Tractrix horn tweeters and 6-inch copper woofers. They sound lovely, a bit modern. This is what sounds very vintage, warm. 1977 Celestion Dayton 22. These speakers, you play a record, you play a cassette, you play reel to reel, you want these speakers. You don't want these speakers. You want these speakers. On the cassette side, some of my pre-recorded collection, not too many. Few more in here. For my 2-track reel-to-reel, some blank tape, and there's never enough of these blank cassettes. For the 4-track reel-to-reel, some more tape, a very special blank tape ready to record. a small collection of my favorite records, 45s, and that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching my system as much as I enjoy watching and listening to it. Thank you very much. Take care.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, very cool room. I mean, the whole room is just music. I love the fact that you created two systems, an 80s and a 70s. Fantastic. I like that a lot. It's very interesting. I bet you get two completely different sounds. And you're a tape head, my God. I mean, you're filled with decks and reel-to-reels and tapes and blank tapes and VHSs, even hi-fi VHSs. I mean, you're really a recording guy. Fantastic. Great video. Thank you so much. Very, very nice. I loved it very, very much. Yes, I think if I really have to give you a suggestion, maybe something better for the speakers, even those the Celestians. I bet they're better. I don't know than the Klipsch, as you said. They're a little small. Since you have all of this, I mean, very, very cool. Wow. Congratulations. Let's proceed now to our second video, starting now.
Ciao Guido, come va? Auguri al tuo pubblico sul canale YouTube Ana Dialogue.
Grazie.
Here is Luis Fernando speaking from São Paulo, Brazil. This is the big picture of my humble hi-fi system. At the center, the TV.
Seems interesting.
I use together with the audio equipments. To the right we start with my turntable, a Sony Direct Drive.
These direct drives, you guys are going crazy for them.
SC35C cartridge. At the back, an old cartridge, only use it for old recordings. Here's a part of my LPs collection. This is the right main speaker. Here I have my phono stage, a hi-fi Zen prepared for filters for gain, signal gain, moving magnet and moving coil cartridge capabilities. This little one, black, is a streaming computer, a Raspberry Pi 5, powered by a Volumio OS system for streaming. Capabilities to flag and QA all kinds of audio formats, up to 192 kilohertz sample rate, and DSD capability up to 512. Here at the center, a simple Ethernet internet switcher. Here's my deck, a topping D10S with the same capabilities of the streamer. Here one of my recording tapes, a original Sony from the late 1970s. Original because it was first opened 2 weeks ago. Here I have one simple graphic display for the hi-fi system. Here, a little joke, a light I use for dancing on the dancing floor. This is my receiver in Yamaha RX 650 AV receiver and pure direct without DSP for audio only. Here a Toslink switcher for audio optical signal. Here's my Sony Blu-ray player for Blu-ray audio SACD XRCD player. Here I have my reel-to-reel tape, a Tascam 32, 2-track, and speeds up to 15 IPS. Here my AKG headset, and here the other main speaker, a brand from Brazil called Lando, and very famous in the middle of 1970s. Is still producing, but now not hi-fi, just for professional use. This was manufactured for an old German, and bring into Brazil the technology of the brand from Munich, the Canto loudspeakers. Very good acoustic suspension, a little damaged because of the age. It has 45 years of age, but besides that, fully functional. Here's the remote control for the reel-to-reel Tascam, wired, but very functional. And a little bit of the story. This turntable and the speakers I bought 45 years ago, bought new. The other components are a little bit younger. This Tascam is from early 1980s, but bought recently. And here a little bit of the preparing of my room, a little acoustic plates for absorption, and a curtains for special for sound absorption also. A little seat to control the reel-to-reel settings. And that's it. I hope you like. It's not a sophisticated hi-fi, but very useful, and I enjoy because I now use digital a lot, DSD files, my vinyl records, record on my reel-to-reel, and that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you all like.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, we like. A little long, but a nice little room, very cozy. I like the fact that you put some room treatment, even though I think you need much more because that room is really squared, especially in the corners. I like that you have this analog set, especially the reel-to-reel, but then you have all these digital gizmos and you're listening mainly that. You said, but I'm glad you're recording vinyl. That's good and that's cool. Okay, well, thank you for your submission, especially coming from Brazil, because I just love you guys. You have music inside. You live it in a different way. Okay, let's proceed now to our third video immediately now.
Hey Guido, good afternoon from San Francisco, California in the United States. I'm going to show you my system. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. Most of it sits on this one side of my room. We'll start with my transformerless tube-based linear tube audio amplifier. This is 50 watts of A and then a B energy. Moving up, we have the Inuus, I believe it's my Zenith, and using with in conjunction is the reclocker, which really does deliver the music effortlessly. Here again, we're back to linear tube audio, and this is the microzonal preamplifier. And this is kind of cool because these brass buttons are very interesting and they're just touch sensitive. You don't actually push them in, which is kind of cool. The music is very smooth sounding in general. From here, we come to my DAC, which is the cord. I believe it's a T2, and it feeds into the microzonal, of course. Over here, when I play a lot of records, I'm using my EAT. I think this is an Eastern European tube-based phono preamp, and then what I got at a used store, which was kind of cool, is this fairly old, but also very neat and well-playing Luxman turntable PD171 in conjunction with a Sumiko moving coil cartridge. Backing away, all of this plays through my Harbith speakers, right? Sitting above Ray Charles, of course. These are the HL5 XDs, the other one over here. And finishing it all off is a subwoofer. I believe it's an Rel TI5, if memory serves. And that is kind of it. I look forward to your comments, excuse me. And I really do enjoy your program. When I was over in Florence for 3 months last spring, I seriously thought about tracking you down, but I didn't know where you were. So maybe I'll get to work over there again. Take care. Bye.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Nice little system. Just a few components, but top notch. Congratulations. I mean, love the micro Zotl or ZOTL. This tube gear with a modern touch. I like that a lot. And I mean, even the Harbith, great speakers. What else did you have? Let's see. The cord, very nice DAC. And the I like a lot your phono preamp and the Luxman. Very nice. I hope you have more records than that. I mean, you have a very nice setup. And are these compliments enough? I hope so. You had a little lapsus there. Okay. Well, thank you again. Very nice. Let's proceed to our next video starting now.
Hi Guido, this is Rob from Switzerland. I live in the mountains and I also live in a log house, and that's the first part of my gear. Those massive logs that you see are very good at absorbing sound as well as dispersing it because of the round shape, yeah? So I don't necessarily need more acoustic room treatment. This is my gear. This is a little cabinet that I built myself, made out of very sturdy kitchen countertop wood. And you might notice that the TV is half in there. Actually, there are two reasons for that. One is to be able to look outside when I'm listening to music. And two, having only half the panel out, I have less reverb on the panel and I have a much better sound stage. Now going to my gear, I have two sections. An analog and a digital section. The first analog one goes, I have this Riga P8 that goes into my brand new Cyrus Phono Classic preamp. I also have a little Tascam, but the Tascam I only use it to listen to the tapes I did when I was a kid listening to the radio. Yeah, it's quite funny to have these kind of flashbacks. But from the Cyrus preamp, it goes to my Marantz AV10. And then to my Marantz Amp 10. And from there, it's actually bi-amped to my Piega 711 coax speakers. Coax because you can see this foil or ribbon, I don't know how you call it. The outer foil is for the mid-range and the center one is for the treble. And then you have these 4 big woofers. 2 of them are actively driven by the amplifier, and because this cabinet is fully enclosed, there is no rear port. The pressure inside actually drives the other 2 woofers, and those speakers are just phenomenal, to be honest. Yeah, they have clear detail, they have plenty of bass, they go down to 22 hertz up to 50 kilohertz. Not that I will ever listen to anything at 50 kilohertz, but 22 hertz is quite nice. And that allows me to just have a pure two-channel signal, not going through the preamp and doing crossover to subwoofers or anything. This has already plenty of bass. Then I have my digital section. On this Mac Mini M2, I run a roomtour and also HQ player, which converts all the digital files to DSD 252. And the output is this very nice tubulus concentus USB cable. It's a Dutch company and they make really brutally good cables. I recently purchased that one and it made so much difference even before burnt in. Yeah, and from this USB it goes directly to my T+A DAC 200, and from the T+A DAC 200 it is not going through the Marantz AV10 because I actually noticed that the input of the Marantz again feeds the signal through the ASS chips that are in the Marantz, whereas the SD conversion of the T+A DAC 200 is just fantastic. So what I do, I have an output, an XLR output, directly from the T+A to this little switch over there and to my amp. Yeah. Also notice that I am biamping. I don't know if I said it. I'm biamping my speakers, and this Marantz amp, which is usually done to drive 16 channel, when you drive only 2 or 4 channels, it gives you plenty of power, plenty of bass. You have huge capacitors in there, and so it's just phenomenal. And what else? I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Gorgeous view, gorgeous house, fantastic system. I like it a lot. I know I always say this, but you guys are sending me very, very nice stuff, from the most simple to the most complex and I don't know, luxurious. Very, very cool. I also like this a lot. I do not know those speakers. Very cool, very interesting. I'm gonna search a little bit about them. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of Marantz. These later huge muscle amps. Maybe you guys have noticed this. So I do recommend to explore something else. Nonetheless, since you're not even using all the capabilities of the 16 channels. But I like the fact that you're biamping. Very, very cool. Chapeau to the fantastic T+A. As you know, it's my DAC, reference DAC, fantastic. Great system and great location, absolutely. Okay guys, let's proceed with our last video starting this moment.
Ciao, Guido.
Aha!
From an Aussie audiophile family to the Anna Dialogue family. I've been a huge fan of your channel for many years now and a loyal subscriber. And so much so that I thought I had a fair bit to offer the audiophile community and thought I should start my own channel. And so I did about 6 or 7 months ago, but still follow along and watch everything that you do, Guido, and love all your content. I comment regularly, as you would probably know. And so I thought, what better opportunity for me to show you what I listen to, what I judge music by, and give you a little bit of background about where I come from. So originally, many, many years ago, another lifetime ago almost now, I was an audio engineer. So I worked as a tracking engineer and a mastering engineer, and also did a lot of live performances as well with some fairly notable artists when they toured here in Australia. And so I thought I'd start a channel and talk about room acoustics and how to get the room right. One of the things that I bang on about with the channel is the room is the body of the instrument to which we listen to our sound systems in. So getting that aspect of the system right is really super important, and it helps to get you off the gear merry-go-round, which a lot of people are on. If they haven't got the room right, they have a ceiling that they get to with their audio, and that's as far as it'll go no matter how much money they spend. So I've treated this room fairly extensively, and I've got it sounding pretty flat, pretty much right across the audible spectrum, and it's not a big room either, and that's why I enjoy my system in the room. And so I'll give you a tour and show you through the system and give you a bit of background around why I bought what I bought. So let's go. Okay, so let's start walking into the room, and you might have even been able to hear the way my voice changed when we walked into the room. So it's not a huge room, as you can see, but let's start by looking at the most important thing, which is, and I know we have this in common, Guido, the Kuzma Star BR turntable. I love this turntable. I also love Stack Audio and what they offer my system, and I have Stack Audio isolation footers under all of my hi-fi components. And so let's talk about the tone arm. It's a Stoggy reference with the Ruby bearing upgrade and the Curtis Clear wire upgrade. Now I run Lyra Etna SL. So wow. That's a pretty impressive cartridge, and that's a fairly recent upgrade from the Cleos that I had, which now has been replaced by that. So phono preamp is the RCM Theria, and that is also an amazing phono preamp. There's its power supply up there, and that is also under Stack Audio isolation. So let's move down a bit further. I have a Plexar 3000, which is their flagship power conditioner, balanced power conditioner. So all of the components on the rack here are all hooked up into that. I have a Solid Tech rack, which is I find to be very, very good. So my preamp is a Vitus, it's the 101, and my CD player, roomtour, streamer, etc., is the Playback Designs MPT8, and with its accompanying DAC, the MPD8, and that's hooked up through the AT&T glass fiber proprietary link that Andreas Koch from Playback Designs suggests we use, and an amazing digital setup. So I play all my, this is CD, SACD, pretty much anything can be played through the CD there. The amplifiers I use are the Vitus 101 monoblock amplifiers. So now they are also on Stack Audio isolation as well. There's actually 6 CSA 3s under each amplifier. My speakers are Wilson Alexia. They have some upgrades done to them, so we can head around here and have a little look. I've used, which I still haven't put the cover back on, but use an upgraded resistor, the Visray resistors in the back of the Wilsons. They also have the V-Series binding post upgrades installed both in the top setup and down in the bottom there. I'm using transparent audio reference series speaker cable. All of the interconnect cables are built by a fellow here in Australia. They're all pure OCC silver interconnect cables. Pretty much everything in the system's balanced, except for the breakout box on the back of the Stoggy reference arm here, which you can see under there, and they are RCA into the back of the Theria, and then they come out balanced and go off to the preamp from there. Some other things worthy of note. I'm using the Ether Regions Ethernet switch with the S-Booster Mark II power supply. Again, all of these components are all sitting on stack isolation. And I also use the all the 100s underneath the Wilsons, which you can see there. So I've got an old Rotel Michi, the original Rotel Michi that I've had recapped, and all silver OCC wire, both on the power and the signal side done, which is lovely. Still holds its own today as far as a power preamp combination goes. It's the passive preamp, the RHC10 and the RHB10 there. And that's pretty much the setup. I've got extensive record collections. I'm 53 years old, so I was around when vinyl was still surging along. These are the sort of records that I've got on regular rotation at the moment, but I've got about 800 albums and records in my collection in various places in the house. but I haven't got the room in here to store everything. And yeah, looking over here is a couple of chairs here. That's the hot seat. And my acrylic lid for my turntable, which I'm just about to start listening to some records on. A few regular rotation CDs sitting there beside me that I've got probably about 800 CDs as well in my collection. And then diaphragmatic bass traps. We talk about that sound treatment in the room. First points of reflection here near the Wilsons. More diaphragmatic bass traps in the rear of the room there. I've got acoustic foam on the front wall. More diaphragmatic bass traps here. And then first points of reflection again, and moving around another bass trap in the back corner, and some absorption just around the seated position. I'm by a window, which is to my back, but it just gives me enough of a sparkle in the top end that I actually quite enjoy that sound. So this is my space, my room, my system. We love it. I love it in here. My wife loves it in here. My friends love it in here. It's lots of fun. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Keep up the great work, Widow. Love what you do, and I'll be watching. Bye for now.
Wow. I knew a few things following your comments and what you were talking about. Now I have a better idea. Congratulations, fellow comrade YouTuber. I'll put the link of your channel here below. Wow, I mean, great place, great room, very thought through. All the acoustic treatment, well, that's one of your strong points from what I understand. Amazing speakers. I mean, Wilson Audio. It's a small room for those speakers, but I'm sure that it's better to have some muscle than something a little too laid back. And I mean, the rest of the components, even this gray nuance that dominates, very cool. I like that a lot. Love clearly the turntable. I have it as well, even though it's departing. Actually, it's already boxed away. A new boy in town, a new guy in town. An old guy in town. You'll see. What can I say? I mean, I'm sure that you have fine-tuned everything. You just see the care you put to the power conditioner, the cables, OCC silver, even all the digital part. I guess you don't have that much of analog. I mean, records and not that many. Well, not analog, that much physical media. So I guess you mainly stream. I hope not, but I think that's the main source. Or simply you have a restricted collection. I'm just saying that because 800 CDs, I mean, that's nothing. And I was around too when vinyl was roaring. It was at the end in the 80s, but it was still there. I used to buy it when I was young too. I mean, maybe I don't look that old, but I am. I mean, I am 45 in the end. Okay, fantastic. Great closing of the video. Thank you so much for your submission and your support. I mean, you're really always commenting and very, very nice words. So thank you so much for that. Really, congratulations also for achieving such a fantastic system. The combination, the amplification, everything top notch. Okay, guys, what else can I say now? Thank you for watching. Submit your videos and hope to see you soon on the Hi-Fi Show. Bye!
Well, guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.